He put coins into a slot and pulled something, and a little landslide of balls knuckled down into a black hole under the table. "Stripes and solids," he said, chalking up the cue. "You're one or the other. I'll break." He taught her to lean down low and sight the ball, to watch the cue ball when she took the shot, but he didn't let her win one game. When she went into the ladies' room, she was drunk. She couldn't find the end of the toilet paper. She leaned her forehead against the cool of the mirror. She couldn't remember ever being drunk like this. They finished off their drinks and went outside. The air spiked her lungs. Clouds smashed into each other in the sky. She hung her head back to look at them. She wished the world could turn into a fabulous, outrageous red to match her mood. "Let's walk," he said. "I'll give you the tour." She fell into step beside him, listened to his jacket creaking as he led her down a path where the moat curved round the cathedral. An old man stood outside the bishop's palace, selling stale bread for the birds. They bought some and stood at the water's edge, feeding 5 cygnets, whose feathers were turning white. Brown ducks flew across the water and landed in a nice skim on the moat. When a black Labrador came bounding down the path, a huddle of pigeons rose as one and settled magically in the trees. "I feel like Francis of Assisi," she laughed. Rain began to fall. She felt it falling on her face like small electric shocks. They backtracked through the marketplace, where stalls were set up in the shelter of tarpaulin. They sold everything, smelly second-hand books and china dishes, big red poinsettias, holly wreaths, brass ornaments, fresh fish with dead eyes lying on a bed of ice. "Come home with me," he said. "I'll cook for you." "You'll cook for me?" "You eat fish?" "I eat everything," she said, and he seemed amused. "I know your type," he said. "You're wild. You're one of those wild middle-class women." He chose a trout that looked like it was still alive. The fishmonger chopped its head off and wrapped it up in foil. He bought a tub of black olives and a slab of feta cheese from the Italian woman with the deli stall at the end. He bought limes and Colombian coffee. Always, as they passed the stalls, he asked her if she wanted anything. He was free with his money, kept it crumpled in his pockets like old receipts, didn't smooth the notes out even when he was handing them over. On the way home, they stopped at the off-licence, bought 2 bottles of Chianti and a lottery ticket, all of which she insisted on paying for. "We'll split it if we win," she said. "Go to the Bahamas." "Don't hold your breath," he said, and watched her walk through the door he'd opened for her. They strolled down cobbled streets, past a barber's where a man was sitting with his head back being shaved. The streets grew narrow and winding. They were outside the city lights now. "You live in suburbia?" she asked. He did not answer, kept walking. She could smell the fish. When they came to a wrought iron gate, he told her to hang a left. They passed under an archway and came out in a dead end. He unlocked a door to a block of flats and followed her upstairs to the top floor. "Keep going," he said, when she stopped on the landings. She giggled and climbed again, stopped at the top. The door needed oil. The hinges creaked when he pushed it back. The walls of his flat were plain and pale, the sills dusty. One stained mug sat lonely in the sink. A white Persian cat jumped off a Draylon couch in the living room. It was neglected, like a place where someone used to live. The rubber plant in the lounge crawled across the carpet towards a rectangular pool of streetlight under a high window. Dank smells. No sign of a phone. No photographs. No decorations. No Christmas tree. A big cast-iron tub stood in the bathroom on blue steel claws. "Some bath," she said. "You want a bath?" he said. "Try it out. Fill her up and dive in. Go ahead. Be my guest."